What's going on?
Alarm clock.
How we doing?
What a wake-up call for so many people this last week.
Today.
We had a week off, so because it was such an intense one.
Yeah.
We all know why. Everyone knows why.
DJT. DJT.
Amazing.
What's today? Today is November 12th. Happens to be. It is also Yud Aleph Cheshvan, which is the Hilula
Mama Rachel.
of Mama Rachel.
Rachel Amenu. Just buried down the road. Like on the way here last night.
I think she's that way.
There's a whole balagan going on. Unfortunately, Mama Rachel's definitely crying still for our children to return. And
yes.
All the
so we're gonna sing Kol Barama first.
We have to sing. Yeah.
And then we'll sing a thank you Hashem or Mazel Tov or whatever it is, and then we'll get into the whole thing.
Amazing. I'm hoping the sound's good this time. And your Facebook, my Facebook.
Yeah.
All the different platforms. We're trying to bring it everywhere as much as we can.
Share the light. Share the light. Okay. Ready?
Just be kind and sing.
Be kind. Kol berama berama nishma Rachel Rachel mevaka mevaka al banea kol berama berama nishma Rachel Rachel mevaka mevaka al banea Rachel mevaka Rachel mevaka Rachel mevaka al banea Rachel mevaka Rachel mevaka Rachel mevaka al banea
Wow.
Mama Rachel.
Yeah.
Mama Rachel.
It's real. This is real. Like everything that you see in Tanakh, everything you see in the Torah, everything
It's right here.
It's all in the Holy Svarim, is alive and breathing and happening and manifesting. Even I was listening to Rabbi Mendel Kessen. There's different opinions. There's also Simon Jacobson's approach, and go through all the different Rabbanim of our generation. With Donald with Donald J. Trump getting elected. He's not a Rav, but far from it. But he's definitely not from the Erev Rav. He's doing a good job of fighting that and fighting the negative forces. He's someone who we can look up to be a fighter, and he's going to have to keep fighting all the way through. Don't think just because he won the election, it's just going to be like smooth sailing with policies. It's going to be a fight from beginning till Mashiach comes. And that is part of the process that we have to know as Am Yisrael, that we're fighting also. And someone like him is a dogma of what it means to fight. Doesn't mean everything about him is perfect. It doesn't mean everything about our people is perfect. But the point is that the fighting, that we need to do. That's 100%. And we definitely need to remove the terror, and we definitely need to make this place a safe place for our children to return and to grow up here and have a future here. And that's part of, we're dedicating again to the soldiers, all the different soldiers, Am Yisrael.
2 soldiers actually last night got injured. There was a ramming attack.
Drove right past it as it was all
I was actually driving. I was coming back from Yerushalayim on Derech Hebron. Literally, as I passed that junction,
summit,
at that summit, I saw a military car turning around, and then a Hatzalah, Echud Hatzalah turn around. Then when I pulled into Efrat, I saw 2 soldiers from the pillbox, from the northern gate, running towards the Beit Lechem gate just to make sure no craziness happened. So it's not just being fought in Gaza, where we lost 4 boys yesterday, and in Lebanon. It's being fought throughout Eretz Yisrael. And I was at a barbecue last night, 500 people.
Wow, unbelievable.
And the family came in from Chicago. They sponsored part of the barbecue. And they asked me where I live, and I said Efrat. Like, why? And I was ranting and raving about Efrat. They're like, so what's so great about Efrat? So I said, outside of the fact that there's Shirata and Shlomo Katz in the community here.
That's what we're saying now. Thank you to
David. Outside of that, and the beauty of the actual, the physical beauty, the landscape where we are in the mountains, like we're half an hour from Ma'at Machpelah, 15 minutes from Kever Rachel, and 40 minutes from the Kotel.
Yeah, I was just there. I was at the Kotel last night by Sheva Brachas of a good friend.
How can you can't beat that.
Simchas.
You can't
rebuilding.
Beat it.
People are rebuilding. It's amazing. People are rebuilding their lives no matter what they're going through. Everyone's talking about the mental health crisis, all the problems, but people are building, people are fighting. I look at my children, I'm sure with yours as well, they're fighting for their growth, their journey, and their manifest in this generation of all the nisyonis, all the tests, like Avraham Avinu we're learning now, Lech Lecha, V'yera, these parshas, we see 10 tests from Avinu, at the end of Noach, we see how much tests and how much nisyonis, and he gave us the toolkit, the ability to go through them all, and with Yitzchak Avinu, and all the way through Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, all Sidkonius, all the righteous women, we have the kelim, the abilities, the vessels to receive all the blessings, the new Shefa that Hashem's going to bring into Eretz Yisrael. And Israel is in a place right now where, thanks to people working hard in the rest of the world and in Israel, obviously, that there's a tremendous opportunity this year to have an abundance of Shefa. Teishin As Peh, this is a year of mouth to thank Hashem and to bring the blessing of
thank you Hashem, thank you Hashem, thank you Hashem, thank you Hashem.
David Melech,
Melech Israel, David Melech, Melech Israel, David Melech, Melech Israel, Chai V'Kayam, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Yehei Lanu L'chol Israel, Amen.
And this really is a Siman Tov, the fact that Donald J. Trump is now the president-elect. Soon, please God, the president.
And he's already.
He should shmira, he should protect. Shall be done for our soldier, done for his to have any protection. Because the alternative, Hashem Shmeinu, people
not
say,
just
people
protection.
do more tshuva. People will, if Chassid on the other side got in. But what is it? We don't want to do tshuva from all these harsh punishments and all these horrible decrees. We want to do tshuva barachimim with mercy. And
I was saying all along that. Whatever happened, whether it was him winning or her winning, it was going to be the best for us. One's going to be Benigla, one's going to be Ishtar, right?
So Shlomo said the same thing.
And it's important to point this out. Like, although he's in his previous term, he's been great. He was great to Israel.
Yeah,
he did things that many presidents said they were going to do and didn't end up doing it. He said he was going to do it and he did it.
Sure.
But I think Rav Shlomo said it best. Achashverosh.
Yeah.
Is voting for Achashverosh or for Vashti. We don't know what side of the bed he's going to wake up on. Again, he's surrounding himself like at least Stefanik. Lee Zedlin just got. Marco Rubio's going to be the same. I mean, he's surrounding himself with people.
That's what Rubio said back in the day about Hamas. They're 100% to blame. Yeah. That the world needs to know. I'm going back to England please God, 19th of November. And be
Safe
there.
travels.
I mean,
Stay
December
safe.
1st. So we won't be doing any episodes for next week and the week after. But after that, please God, we will December the 3rd or something
Or
like
maybe
that.
we could do one
On live, yeah,
we'll do
could
like
try to do one on live because it's going to be busy. And one of the goals I have is to remind the people in England that the terror that's been attacking us both in south and north and all around Israel is, if it doesn't stop there, God forbid, as we saw in Amsterdam, it's coming to London, it's coming everywhere. And we need to remind everyone that that is our enemy. The enemy is not, God forbid, the IDF or anyone in the Israeli government, or as much as that. We have to make Seder here, and we need to, as we learn in Tikkun Medina, we need to work out the chesed and the gevurah and the kindness. And
last week's class.
Don't blame us. Blame the cause of it all is terror.
I need to say
And it
this,
needs to be
and I
wiped
mentioned
out.
it to some people, and they had a little bit of an issue with it. But it's not me. It's Rav Yitzchak Ginsburg and Tikkun Medina. Mind blowing last week on Wednesday, where he said, in order for us to be able to rectify and to have complete and utter unity with our brothers, the ones who are like us, the ones who are not like us, we need to eliminate the threat.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's not possible.
So that
to be
Rubio
able
guy
to
said it
have
straight
that.
away on camera. Said post it. I want everyone to know they are to blame.
Vivek said this. Vivek said the same. Vivek Raswani. He also said, "I'd like to see the head of every single one of Hamas members on stilts or hit or whatever he,
and now
whatever he
it's
called it."
Hezbollah obviously just as much, and also Iran, because not the people of Iran, but the
The
terrorist
IRGC, the terrorist regime that they have over there.
And same with not the people of Lebanon. It's the terrorist organizations.
Lebanese people are not bad people for the most part.
No.
Right? They're not bad people. They want to just live in peace. And there's video circulating now about like an Arab-speaking Israeli reporter who's walking around in Gaza with the
Who are they blaming?
refugees.
Who are they angry with?
They're angry with Hamas.
They're not angry with us because we're helping remove that threat from them.
But we have to take that with a grain of salt because
it's complicated over there.
Those are the same people that are celebrating October 7th.
It's complicated over there. We know it's complicated, but they've been brainwashed. It's a very painful situation. But the bottom line is, we are in a position right now where we can have a very blessed year. There can be tremendous abundance, not just in Gashmias, in Ruchnias, and everything that we need. We need to bring down tremendous Mazel Tov and Simcha. This is the year to turn around all the Avelis into Sos and Simcha. Let's sing along. That's it, Simcha.
Yeah. That's the way it's gonna get done. We have to be b'simcha.
You can't win a war without Simcha.
But you also need to be able to create the kelim to receive the Shefa. Kadosh Baruch Hu wants to give us a Shefa. We could only receive the Shefa when we create the kelim, and we can only create the kelim when we're in b'simcha. So we have to be happy. Regardless.
Happy is the key. My Rebbe always says, Eli, are you happy? With Shalom Orish always used to say, Eli, smile. Like those are the paths that the Tzaddikim lay out for us. And all the Svarim talk about the importance of Simcha. And especially in a month, Cheshvan, there's Geshmei Brocha. There's a tremendous tefillah for saying Talata LaBrocha. We want Brocha in the Eretz as well. Right now, the rest of the world doesn't pray that yet. But we are praying already for the Geshmei Brocha. And that means Shefa. That means abundance.
Blame it on the rain.
New mindset.
Yeah, we need the rain.
And that beautiful song, October Rain. And you see the Sholem Lemon version and all his version of Mama Rocha. I sent that to you this
I didn't
morning.
get a chance to listen to it.
It's so beyond him.
He's phenomenal.
Working with all these guys, like I had a request for Sholem, but he's so like in such a high Ramah right now. But Baruch Hashem, I'm booking Nissim a lot for Hanukkah. There's a lot of unity bookings going on, bringing a lot of energy from Eretz Yisrael to the rest of the world. And someone like Sholem, when he came here, he really tapped into the energy here. And that's one of the beautiful things. We have all these beautiful souls and singers and sponsors and speakers. And there's so much light in our people that's ready to pour out. And from our army as well, from all the ones who are doing it, L'Shem Shamayim, and working on themselves and being most nefesh on them for themselves. You know, I was thinking about this week's Parsha Vayera. Yitzhak Avinu gets the bris. So it says in this Holy Sefer, we brought it one time here, Torah Emes, he says, Imre Emes, he says, those two Svarim, Leib Lega says, and we usually learn his Rebbe's Sefer Meishalach with Shlomo. So it's similar concept, being Mavare, being clarifying the Chesed and the Gevurah. The Shlemus of Chesed and Gevurah only came out when Yitzchak Avinu was Moel. Then Avraham Avinu made a Mishnah, made a Suda. So people we're going to have a birthday Suda for our brother Yosef. But it's after a whole year of hard work, literally, of Chesed and real Chesed, real kindness. And that's what we're going to celebrate, not just your life, we'll celebrate all the avodah before, because you can't really get to the full Suda, the full Simcha, the full meal of joy and festivities until you've done the hard work. And that was Avraham Avinu only got his shlemus once Yitzchak Avinu got the bris milah.
Well, the hard work is creating that keli, right? You need to have the kli in order to be able to receive the shefa, and that hard work is being able to create the kli in order to be able to receive all the shefa that Bezat Hashem we're all going to receive this year and for the next umpteen amount of years, Bezat Hashem.
But it comes with overcoming. It comes with challenges, like meaning Avraham Avinu only really got to the full shlemus with the Kedes Yitzchak. And the Kedes Yitzchak is what our soldiers are doing. They're being Moshe Nefesh. They're doing like, okay, my son's Yitzchak. So he's literally being Moshe Nefesh. Hopefully not, he's going to be alive. He's going to live Mesiras Nefesh. But the idea that he has to, in the meanwhile, be Moshe Nefesh and giving himself for us to have security. That is the Akedah Yitzchak of our generation, what's going on here in Eretz Yisrael, and the fact that we have to go against the whole agenda and the whole media world. Thank God we've proven from this recent election, which is another big simcha, that this form, podcast, Real Kindness podcast, Rogan, all these big podcasts out there, and in their way, are defeating all this lying and sheker-filled media. That's another thing. How many times do you go on YouTube now and you see adverts of Palestinians and all this whole thing?
Garbage.
Victim, all this stuff. I block them.
I don't even
and all the
say
negative
that.
comments, even on our videos.
Don't even
we
say
write
that
Israel,
word.
we write Gaza, and suddenly all these negative comments about crimes we never committed. Trust me, we don't do that. Our army don't
that's not
commit
who we
crimes.
are.
Not who we are. You're just believing lies. You've been lied to. And you have to undo the sheker. We have to undo the lies.
Well, it's
bring the emes back to
it's
reality.
an education part. I'm going to say something that's a little bit harsh and a little bit non-PC. So, I hear all the time, you're killing children and women. So
they're all the adverts as well.
There are two things. There are two things to be said about that. Number one is the fact that these children and women that are being killed, which is a small percentage. It's about 20% of the 40,000 people that were killed.
It's the most moral war
Hamas already has admitted to it amongst their own circles that 80% of the people that are dead are terrorists. So that's first and foremost. So that's one. Two is the fact that Hamas is committing double war crimes by hiding amongst the men and women. And number three, and I feel not so bad, because at the end of the day, the education system in Gaza, UNRWA, which is a disaster, they're educating the women and the children to hate and to be martyrs. So if the women are having babies that are going to be terrorists and the kids are being born to be terrorists, then I don't care. Mamish, I don't care. I don't care that women and children are being killed while the terrorists are hiding amongst them, because they're future terrorists themselves, because of the brainwashing and the education system that you have in place, in that place where you elected the terrorist organization to run the government for you.
That's a very strong point. I mean, because
I don't care.
Look, we see from the Torah that it teaches us that if there's a nation that wants to commit genocide, like Amalek, God forbid, want to do to us, so if they become that mentality of just pure hatred and destruction, which is what Amalek is, so that force in the world needs to be removed. Like everyone understands about the Nazis, it's clear. And if you understand, if the Nazis would have continued, they were bringing up their children to be Nazis.
Did you see? By the way, yesterday in America was Veterans Day. Yeah. Right.
Some good music, by the way, Tom McDonald.
God bless the veterans in America. I got a lot of friends in the U.S. that are veterans. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And they held a vigil at Columbia University for Yahya Sinwar.
Oh, Shem Shemaim. No. They should be celebrating his destruction. We know the people, I don't know if we mentioned in the video.
On Veterans Day.
We know the people that helped. My son was talking about it a lot in Kiddush, when we had a Kiddush with Shlomo, and there was a few other families there, and all for parents of soldiers. And one of the soldiers there was the one who flew the drone. And my son was saying
by
that
the
he
way,
wouldn't get into the picture when they took that famous picture with Sinawar. He wouldn't get into it because he said it was Yom Tov. That's where this soldier's mind was, even though he was instrumental.
And FYI,
that's our people. Getting rid of the evil.
There is a very good chance that drone that ended up finding Sinawar was a Just One Chesed donated drone.
Support Just One Chesed, guys.
By the way, I have to say this. Actually, I had a request last week for like 35 drones. So it's like it's not over. we still need support.
New Shefa, new abundance.
It's one of those. Support. It's the end of the year. It's mid-November. It's December. It's tax. Whatever. Send in your donations. We literally need 30 to 35 new drones, small ones to $2,000 ones. Yeah. But we also need one of those big $10,000 ones as well. So
what was that, $60,000?
I'm looking to raise $70,000 right now in order to be able to get the necessary drones. So Bezat Hashem, we will include a link for you guys.
Look, these drones, even though it's hard to see how much technology is taking over everything in some way or another, but in another way, it's preventing people losing lives because it's becoming the alternative method of war, which is much safer than sending young men.
Right, so these drones are going into the buildings. They're identifying whether there are terrorists or
just
not.
Just like that video of Sinawar.
That's right.
And we should be celebrating these things. These are massive miracles that Hashem has done for us this whole year, as painful as it is and heartbroken as we are. There's tremendous miracles at the same time. And it's been at a cost, a huge cost, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, in every way. But at the same time, there's a tremendous nechama, a miracle going on at this. And that's always, we have to keep focused on the tov and the good as hard as it is, and keep going forward. Avina's light, lech lecha, keep going forward. V'yeira, bring down the chesed, do the achnasa sorchim, be a host like people like Yosef, Aharon, and bring people into your home, and it brings
the Lillians.
It brings Gula, brings them. Yeah, the Lillians, literally.
I want to end off with one last thing. Yeah. He's talking about seeing the good in everything, right? Like, and this is so true. And I've said this many times, not necessarily here, but if you show somebody a white piece of paper with 4 black dots on it, you ask them, "What do you see?" What are they going to say?
Black dots.
The 4 black dots. Yeah. But what about all the white? And I'm not saying this is a racist thing. Yeah. I'm just saying it's... Yeah. You got
the light.
You got a little bit of... You got 4 dots. We'll use a blue pen. 4 blue dots on a sheet of paper. Yeah. What about all the good that you have in the rest?
All the chesed.
Bezat Hashem, all the chesed, all the kindness that we do, it'll be a zchut to protect all of the chayalim, all of Klal Yisrael. Amen. And Bezat Hashem, we should be zocher to seeing Mashiach Tzidkenu, b'mehera v'yameinu. Amen.
Amen. We're in those special days, guys. Make it happen. Let's go. Keep sharing.
Bye, Yosh!